With Mythic Plus testing out, the day this video releases, I wanted the Prez players to know just how much we are eating in the War Within. The hero specs for Prez are not only fantastic in fantasy, but provide many different potential playstyles. For those who like the way things play in Dragonflight right now, to someone looking for something new and cutting edge, Preservation hero trees got you covered. So let's dive into it. My name is BowserTheHealer. If you like Prez or healing content, get subscribed. It means a lot to me. Or if you just like listen to me talk about World of Warcraft, hey, I appreciate you. So let's start with Chrono Warden, as it's the tree I think that will be the most welcoming to those who want to keep things similar to the way they are in Dragonflight right now. The first of the core talents that really drew me in was the Season 2 and Season 3 tier bonuses being a part of the hero talent tree. Spirit Blooms now give a 30% heal over time in addition to their baseline heal, and our empowered spells will throw up to 3 Living Flames, or rather our brand new Chrono Flames, at our target's damage and healing respectively. Chrono Flame replaces Living Flame and repeats 15% of the previous damage or healing done up to a certain amount, as well as the base effect of Living Flame. It's better in every way, and if you talent for a better Living Flame, you're gonna really feel just how strong these Chrono Flames are. The tier set like talents felt very good in their own seasons. The Spirit Bloom healing over time really made healing big heal checks a lot easier because you get this big burst heal and then some heal over time to help you get to the next healing cooldown, or sometimes you would even mix it in with a Dream Breath at the same time to really crank through something like large and difficult to heal, maybe a mistake that was made in a dungeon. And when you put all of that inside of a stasis, you could then heal through a mechanic and then stasis 30 something some odd seconds later and get the same benefit. It felt fantastic, and it still does here. And not to mention, it was also stronger than its original version. Not only do we have 10% more heal over time than we did in the original set bonus, but also there's another talent that gives us 3% haste per target hit with this heal over time from Spirit Bloom, up to a total of 9% flat haste. And flat haste always feels fantastic. When you put all that together, just the Spirit Bloom interactions feel amazing. But the Living Flames from Season 3 were also at a lower potency level, so they felt good when you hit like a big Fire Breath or maybe a big Dream Breath, but this is now Chrono Flames at full potency, meaning you get all the Living Flame talent bonuses, 100% of the normal damage or healing, and that bonus 15% of recently done damage or healing. It's incredible, and having both of these together is sort of a match made in heaven. I liked the tier set that gave us free echoes, but this is awesome, and I love the direction that it's going in. But also featured in the Chrono Warden kit is some cooldown reduction. One of my favorite talents, randomly reducing the cooldown of your empowered spell by a certain amount, which always seems to work out to be at least a couple seconds. But then combine that with our new temporal burst for even more CDR. When we hit tip the scales, for the next 40 seconds, we get haste, movement speed, and cooldown reduction rate increased by 1% up to 40% over that 40-second duration ramping. And as an added bonus, you get Threads of Fate. Each empowered spell you use in this window gives someone a Thread of Fate, and for 10 seconds they get a Fate Mirror-like effect, which will echo damage or healing that they do by 15%. And I don't really have a proc rate on this one. I'm going to have to quite literally test this in Mythic Plus to see how good it feels, but it sounds like it's going to be quite fun. And with 40 seconds to work with in every empowered spell, I gotta hope it's at least decent. When you put all this together, it flows like a river. You can just slam empowered spells back to back a bit easier when needed with less downtime than in current Dragonflight. And Chrono Flame, when utilized, can do wonders to those downtimes. It doesn't feel much different when you're in the flow trying to heal something than it does on retail, but you'll likely find that it just moves a little bit quicker. Not only will you be able to jump in with this one, but I think optimization will come quickly, again, just with how natural it feels. Also, our new hover ability is a 10 out of 10. We actually truly blink when we use this. I need to test if it's possible to like invulnerable dodge something like the way demon hunters do when they hit meta, Havoc specifically. If I can dodge things, it's over. I'm gonna go blow myself up in a dungeon more than a few times trying that. But for the adventurous, let's talk about Flame Shaper. Flame Shaper has 2 core mechanics, and Blossom Enjoyers, perk your ears this way, it's looking good. Enkindle is a passive that makes our essence abilities do additional amounts of damage and healing for 8 seconds, for 20% of whatever they did. This adds 1 additional hot in the form of Echo and Emerald Blossom, but Echoes, we're not going to talk about Echoes heal over time. And it's going to add another dot in the form of Disintegrate. which is actually really big news for our new ability Engulf. Engulf hits someone with Dragon Flame, either doing damage or healing based on who we hit and how many periodic effects are on the target. So if you have, like, say, a Flame Breath and a Disintegrate tick from the Enkindle on a target, you can hit Engulf and you'll just nuke it. The target's going to explode. You'll do a bazillion damage, which is great. But when you use this on healing, you have so many heal over times that you can have on a particular target. You can use this to truly just heal someone to full quickly. Engulf can also spread Fire Breath and Dream Breath to more targets and increasing their hotter dot timer. And the final ability will consume a few seconds of our Dream Breath, and just Dream Breath for us. But that consumed amount of Dream Breath, that healing will then get splashed to other targets at 300% potency. When you combine this with the increased chances at Essence Burst that we get, I feel as if we have more tools for combos than ever before. And the ability to extend old combos or set up new ones with Engulf is incredibly versatile and fun to master. And with its 2 charges, you can either tactically plan to destroy someone's existence or have an excellent follow-up heal to maybe a massive emergency like healing situation. Or you can use 1 charge freely and save the other one for disaster. Flexibility really is the key here. The fighting game metaphor I like to make with preservation is definitely more grand now with these combo extensions, but this is a very, very, very good time for me to remind you that Engulf does work with echoes, and yes, it's as strong as you think it is. And what about raid builds? We obviously don't have raid testing just yet, but something I have my eye on is a standard burst echo build from retail, but with the Chrono Warden bonuses. There's something magical about a single or double temporal anomaly setup and getting my 9% bonus haste on top of whatever else I have going on. Maybe this is a temporal burst setup, and then I can use that extra speed that I have, that additional movement, to then set up more echoes and get an even bigger combo started with, say, Dream Breaths or with my Chrono Flames. And that's just the first idea off the top of my head. There's a lot of ways you can spin that, and I think your downtime and your uptimes are going to feel a lot more powerful than they do on retail with that kind of build. But that's if I'm not running Engulf. Really, Flame Shaper, Engulfs, and Echoes in Raid sounds like a match made in heaven, and yes, I will be testing both of them. So if you have an idea that sounds rad, raiding or Mythic Plus, write it down for me in the comment section so I can give it a test and report back. And if you have beta access, please play around with these talents. I just keep going back to Prez for testing because I'm having so much fun with it. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be streaming on Friday for sure, a bunch of my Mythic Plus attempts, and I'll be trying to make VODs of those videos that will be up on my Twitch in case you want to go back and see how this early beta key testing is going. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.